Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Friday, August 24th, 2012. I am going to do a recap of the trades from the live trading room in the morning session and the open house that we had done. Before I go any further, let me just give you the results. We had two trades that we actually managed to take on the NQ, one winning trade, one losing trade, so we are down 8 ticks on the NQ. The losing trade was bigger than the winning trade. I will go over all the trades that set up and all the ones that we managed to take. Let me mention one more thing. If you've not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/free trial to take the free trial. If you have already taken a free trial and you want to take a free trial with us again, of course you need to have taken that free trial some 6 months ago or something like that. But anyway, just put second chance in the header. Send an email to support@cfrn.net with the words second chance in the header. If you are on the free trial and you've been on the free trial for most of the week, then you should have an offer in your email from me with the current offer from CFRN. And that's it. All right, let's get into the trades that we took. We took 2 NQ trades. Let me show you them. I'll show you all the NQ trades that set up and the ones that we took. All right, this was the open right here. We had just a tiny bit of bearish divergence right here. We had the pullback and test of the VBC with a down close right there. All right, it dropped all the way down here, and when it pulled back up this time, the cycle was moving up too far to take the short trade, so we did not get involved in that. There was an opportunity right over here on the long side. These are trades that I missed this morning. I missed this one and I missed that one. Excuse me. When I say I missed it, it means I was looking at something else. Oops, we don't see the NQ chart. Well, then I guess I better take the charts. Thanks, guys. Okay, just give me a moment. You guys will be looking at my charts in just a second. There we go. Alright, now you guys are looking at my charts. And I'll do that all over again. This is the NQ. Right here after the open, we had a pullback up and tested the BBC with a down close. We had a little bit of bearish divergence at the time. I didn't take that. I don't recall why I didn't take that. Same thing over here. I was doing something else, I'm sure. But these are the trades that set up. And once you... Actually, I know why this one wasn't done. Because we never had to pull away from the BBC. Once you guys come in to the live trading room and you learn the trade setups, then you don't have to rely on me to point them out. But I do try to point out as many as I can while they're actually happening, and I take as many as I can. This was the first one right here for a shorting opportunity. That worked out well. There was another one right here on the long side. I bought it here and I sold it right over here. I took a little bit of profit on that. It went up. It gave us 7 ticks profit, 8 ticks I think at the maximum. 7 ticks before I got out. Took a little profit on that one. Then over here we had a bearish cross, tested the BBC with a down close with the bearish divergence right there. The opportunity to short was right there at 753.25. That one dropped a couple of points. I think I explained to the guys that I thought this one you might get 2 points drop out of this. We're right inside the weekly trading zones on the ES at the time. That's why I was hesitant to take trades in here. But I think I explained to the guys you might get 1.5 is what I said, and it gave 2 points drop. I said 1.5, it gave 2. And then it pulled back up. Now when it pulled back up, it bounced down here to the BBC, gave an up close with bullish divergence. I took that trade and it stopped me out. It went 1 tick past my stop. Stopped me out, and that began the big run up. Alright, now right in here there was a momentum trade. Those of you guys who are partners should know what the momentum trades are. If you don't, then you can ask me and I'd be happy to tell you all about them. I even made a little video about them, so I can send you a link to the video as well. Okay, but it moved up from there. It just kept moving up and up and up, but we didn't have the slingshot was not giving us the divergence to confirm the trades until right over here. I missed this one because we were watching the ES so closely, I think, at the time. We had a bullish cross, pullback test of the BBC with an up close, and up it went. All right. That was what we had. That was what we had for trades this morning. That was it. We had this trade right here that stopped me out. It took 9 ticks. And this one right here, I took a little profit on that. That's why minus 8 ticks overall on the morning session. But that's what we had. We didn't have a ton of opportunity on the NQ this morning. Now the ES, I want to point something out on the ES, all right, as I jump over here. First, this is the lowest weekly trading zone that we have this week. And we did talk about this, as Dwayne just mentioned. We did talk about this in the partners meeting last night. And we talked about it this morning in the live trading room. One way to do this morning was to put a buy stop on up here above the weekly trading zone, seeing that this was the lowest weekly trading zone. And I'm not going to go on record giving a percentage, but I can say that very near 9 out of 10 times the weekly trading price is going to close inside the weekly trading zones. All right. Now, that said, when we had put this higher low in this morning, I said, I think that that's going to be the low of the day right there. Well, this is going to be the low of the day, and this is probably going to be the start of the move up. What we needed to see was price get up above this trend line that I had drawn on here. And once we closed up above that trend line, that opened the door to the higher prices. All right. I had said at this point that we're probably going to see it get up to 1407. It actually got up to 1408. And that was our whole morning here on the ES. Now in here, we tried to buy right here, and we tried to buy right here. Both of those missed us by 1 tick. They were MIT orders, so if it would have dropped down and just touched it, then it would have entered us in, and we would have had 2 points on this one and 2 points on that one. Now, the reason I had these rectangles drawn in here is because I was using them to show that this morning, this was the move up. Now, if we go back here, I'll draw one big rectangle here, like this, okay? This was the move down last night, okay? This morning's move up was this. You see how close it was to the same exact height? It was just about 2 ticks off of the same exact height. And then price had a retracement down to the BBC. The retracement was this size right here, down to the BBC. It came within a tick of hitting the BBC. When it started to retrace on this next one, I put that same block up there, and I was expecting it to retrace down to the BBC there and be the same size as this block. All right. It almost did it. There was just a little too much momentum in the market, and it didn't do it after all. But what this is, this shows the length of this leg right here. Okay, so what I was anticipating was if we got filled from this thing, this little pullback here, you see, if we got filled at the BBC there, that we would have at least this much, meaning this leg right here, we would have at least that much of a leg on the way up. It actually worked out to give us more than that, but unfortunately we didn't have an opportunity to jump in there. You see right here we had the downward trend line that I drew right there, and I said when we close on the other side of that, it's going to open the door to movement to the upside. Again, I did it here, and I said we close on the other side of that, it's going to open the door. And it did in both of those cases. That was the ES this morning, all right, in a nutshell. We had 2 trades that missed us by a tick. That was, I mean, it was frustrating, but that's why we have rules. We have rules to follow. All right. If you look at this on the YM and the same stuff that was happening over here, when the bottom was put in over here on the ES right here, we had the same double bottom put in over here on the YM. Look at my cursors. I have a global cursor on these 2 charts. You see that very bar that put in the bottom on the ES, put in the double bottom over there on the YM. I had drawn this trend line across the bottoms when that happened, and I said I think that's going to be the bottom right there, and up it went. The opportunity to get into this was right in here where you see it circled. We went up through the BBC, came back down, tested the BBC, and at the time, I had said, before this actually happened, when it was pulling down, I had said watch for the pullback down to 13,064. It actually pulled down to 13,066. And I had said it should get at least up to this swing pivot right here, which was 13,080. You can see it went right up to the weekly trading zone up above, and it got rejected by it the first time, and it's back testing it again right now. Same thing over here on the ES. All right, those of you guys this morning that asked how to trade this bounce right here, I said, well, you could sell right here and right here and look to take profit, as soon as you get 2 points profit on either one of those trades, just exit the trades. If you did that, then you did get 2 points profit from this trade right here, and now it's up. Okay. Well, trade. Everybody else sees my charts right now. Okay. There was a moment there where you guys couldn't see my charts, but I think you can see my charts right now. Yeah, I can see my cursor's moving around in your view. All right, and that was the YM on the morning. The ES, the NQ, the YM. I didn't really look too much at crude. Crude had a few opportunities, not a ton. Let's scroll back. I'll point them out. Okay, good. Let's scroll back and I'll point them out. Starting here, we had bearish cross, bearish divergence, tested the BBC with a down close. Over here we had a bullish cross, bullish divergence, tested the BBC with an up close. It was actually this close right here. Bullish cross, bullish divergence. This is the bullish divergence right there. Tested the BBC with an up close, and over here bullish cross, bullish divergence, tested the BBC with an up close. All right, over here again, bullish cross, bullish divergence, tested BBC with an up close, and this one right here, the cycle was going down too hard against it, so I wouldn't have taken that trade. All right, but these are all the trades that set up on crude this morning. Yeah, pretty much all of them won. There was one of them that you may have lost on, this one right here, depending what your risk was, because the actual entry was on this right here. So you may have stopped out to the tick on that one, but all the other ones were winning trades. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to move crude off, and I'll bring in the Russell. All right. We didn't trade the Russell, but I did point out a couple of trades that set up on there. Here you have your bullish cross. You tested the BBC with an up close with a bullish divergence, and it did it again right there and again right here. All right. That was the Russell, and you had bullish divergence on all of them. Okay. Bullish divergence across the bunch of them. All right. And that, my friends, was our morning in the live trading room. If anybody has any questions, you can punch them in here right now and we'll answer them. If you don't have any questions, or if you come up with a question later, you can just email it to us at support@cfrn.net. Before I go any further, I want to mention that we do have Robin has a webinar in the morning. This is how you get to it. How to Survive a Trading Blow-Up, presented by Robin Dane, the Trader's Coach. I'll post that link in here for you. And I will announce that as well. Robin's here. Hang on a second, Robin. I'm going to paste the link in to that webinar. And also, let me just jump in here. For those of you guys who don't know, we're going to be having a seminar down in the Cape. All right, next month. Let me stop my recording and then we can talk about that. Okay.